Wilson Morales from Black Women TV. Hello, Danielle. How's it going?
Listen, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Here you are, different from your other films where you get to kick a little bit more ass. What
Mhm.
coming into this? What kind of maternal instincts did you wanted to bring to this film that you did differently from the piano lesson?
Oh, I think I'm exercising a little bit more raw, aggressive, physical energy. That's funny. And now I'm thinking back to piano. I was like, that's pretty. She has raw, she has aggressive, but she has a femininity to her. This is moving with a bit more masculine energy, and so I just needed to move with that kind of passion. It's the need to survive. This is dystopic North America. Cannibals are on the damn loose. What more can one say? You know?
So, when you took on this role, what led you to say yes? I'm sure, obviously you've been in a lot more films, a lot more profiles. So, like, I'm sure there's a couple of things that's coming to your table that your team is looking at. What led you to say yes to this one?
I dug I dug RT, first of all. I dug his script. I dug what it meant to dig into another kind of examination of legacy. Piano Lesson did this historical movement of legacy and ancestral and spiritual. This was about land. This was about trying to connect that to the children in a real hardcore educational way. Um, um, and a bit of badassery too, right? Like I'm a dancer. I like to be physical, and so that's what an action movie is, right? It's deep, rich movement and choreography, and to do that with the cast. The cast is delightful, right? Like so many young folks, and then like who played the Hailey, who played the baby in the film. Just when you get to be with new energy, um, you learn something as much as they learn from you. And then the beauty of Michael Greyeyes, just to blend that Black and Indigenous family together and to tell this story of how um, how generations can come to an understanding, even through such like rich, hardcore survival and tension need. That attracted me to the film.
When you're working with RT and this is his big feature debut, and you've been working for some time now, but I always say actors cannot stop learning. Is there anything you got from his direction that, like, okay, this is something you haven't learned, and he's got it that I can probably take on to whatever project I do next?
I and I kind of intuited this. I mean, he RT comes from music video and television, right? I learned rhythm. Like there's a rhythm to the way he engages, and you see that in the way the film is edited, in the movement of each character through the space. I think that's something that I'll carry with me from him. That yeah, it's real. That's real. It's music. It's a certain musicality.
What
That's beautiful.
what I'm gonna say next, I'm gonna laugh because every time I'm seeing you on the screen, I'm like, it's so she's so serious. I want to laugh.
Haley has let me be clear. All of the things that I have done, there is dynamism to the folks that have been on the screen for you all, right? Genre wise, they are upholding that area, but there
I ain't laughing too. I ain't laughing. The women in
there was
yard.
plenty to laugh at.
You
You
say I
gotta
ain't
get
laughing at
into
the
the
piano.
nuance.
Listen,
And
but
I
just
mean, to be quite honest, the me coming onto the national scene came via Atlanta, Donald Glover's Atlanta. So that's like this real comedy, right? Comedy that comes from real life experience, right? Like not um, a desire to be slapsticky or silly or goofy or any of that kind of stuff. But I have things in the works. They're coming.
see, and we'll wait. But for now, we've got 40 acres to promote. So congrats on
Show.
this role. Congrats on the film. We'll
Thank
talk
you.
down the road. I'll see you when I see you.
Thank you, Wilson.
Bye. Black Women TV. Hello, folks. How's it going?
How you doing, brother?
Hi.
Hey, Wilson.
So, hey, so RT, you put this story together. Talk to me about creating a post-apocalyptic world and trying to preserve humanity in one way or the other.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, I'm first and foremost, I'm a genre kid. I love science fiction. I love post-apocalyptic stories. I love thrillers. So I wanted to make a story um, that, but that took a very unique perspective on that. I think we've seen post-apocalyptic worlds, from A Quiet Place to people in The Walking Dead, but you never seen a family, like this centered in that, a Black and Indigenous blended family, so. We're usually sidelined in a lot of, Westerns and stuff like that. We're like kind of like the side characters, maybe. But I wanted to see this family centered and see what their world looks like in the future. And so, very much about not only their survival, but also the preservation of their identities. And that's part of their survival. So it really is about cultural preservation, and that's very important to Hailey. Make sure her kids know their history. Galen makes sure that they know their languages of their ancestors, the importance of music, the importance of food, their food practices. That's what's unique about this family, and that's what's unique about this family in the future. Yeah.
Michael, what led you to say yes to taking on this project, and what did you want to add to your character outside of what the script called for?
Uh, the moment I read the script, I was completely enthralled. My whole team was like, so when does it start? Like, can we, like, we all wanted it. So what's really beautiful about RT and Glenn's writing with Galen is that Danielle's character, Hailey, is so powerful. She's a matriarch. And I was asked, as an actor to be her partner and support. And so how does an actor portray a man, because Hollywood likes a certain kind of masculinity, sort of a bit overbearing perhaps? How do I find a beautiful balance to her power? How do I support her as an actor and as a husband in this story, and maintain my own sense of power? So I think it was a beautiful balancing act in terms of the writing and how the character was conceived, and of course playing with Danielle. It's really exciting to find that nuance together.
And then there's you, Lena. Your character is, all kids or all youngins are rebellious, whatever stage there is. But what did you find in the character that you can relate with?
Ooh, I would say the sibling dynamic really helped a lot. Um, those little moments of, being jealous of your brother and needing to take care of the kids, or, assuming that power for yourself. Like whether it was when Rain kind of knew that they were coming, she needed to step up. Dad wasn't there, mom wasn't there, um, older brother wasn't there. Sorry, my brain's kind of slipping. But I think just being able to assume that power and step into that, like I love that about her, and just how resilient that she was. And yeah, she's a badass.
Talk about badass. RT, did you have everybody go through boot camp?
We did a little boot camp. We did a little, it was, think we ain't operating on John Wick budgets, but but we definitely had, some training for everybody to get used to handling the weapons and how to, clean them and open them and do all that business. And then absolutely for different situations, specific situations, like Michael was training for that sequence in the dark for even before we started shooting, all the way through to that scene. So yeah, there's a lot of that training that was necessary. Yeah.
When you center it around a family, usually when there's a post-apocalyptic story and there's a group, it's always a kill or be killed mentality. It's
Mhm.
like you always say, like, okay, who's gonna survive it all? But when you have a family, that brings in the emotion to of it all. You don't want to see them killed. So like, how did you, in terms of the writing, balance it out so that way there's action and then there's drama, so that we, the audience, can care as to what's gonna happen?
Yeah, it was. I'm glad you said that, man, because I'm very attracted to character-driven thrillers. You know, this could easily have been, like you said, there's a lot of revenge movies out there, and it kind of doesn't matter who the character is. They kill the person's wife or their son, and then they go for revenge. And it's like, that's okay, cool. I like those stories, but I wanted it to be deeper than that. I wanted you to fall in love with these people, and really, when those guys are coming for them, you're really scared about who could live and who could die. And to me, it is about establishing who these people are through their relationships. You get to meet them, you get to know them, you get to understand the problem that's going on in the family that's putting pressure on them. And then we bring back the thrills and the chills, and now you're holding your breath with them. So it was very intentional to do that, and I'm pleased that people are enjoying it.
Lena, before I let you go, at the end of the day, there's a lot of movies out there in terms of what's on screen and what's on streamers. What's a good reason to see 40 Acres?
Ooh, it's powerful, and it checks all the boxes. It's fun, and it'll make you cry, it'll make you laugh, it'll keep you on the edge of your seat, and it'll give you something to root for.
Well said. Congrats to you all. Congrats, RT, on your first film. Let's see more of you down the road. We'll talk down the road later on each of your different projects. Take care, folks.
Thank you very much, Wilson. Yo, thank you for your early support, my brother. I see you out there. You're supporting the community, man, and we love you, bro. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thanks a lot. Take care, folks.
Bye.